All right, guys, this is Simon with Van Made Gear. He's going to be doing a install of this brand new cab partition blind that he has come out with for the Echoes. Now, Simon, is this going to be for the Transit as well over time, do you think?
Over time, yes.
Okay.
This one's specifically shaped for the Sprinter
Yeah.
Ekko.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll be releasing the Transit one soon.
That sounds great. All right. So walk us through how we're going to install this, if you could, please.
Sure. All right. So once you purchase and receive the Ekko partition, it comes all folded up, and it will have a fiberglass rod that you need to insert into this channel over here.
Right here.
Yep. So put the fiberglass rod in to keep it nice and stiff. And it will also come with this heater rail.
Okay.
This is a rail that we'll install first. Once we get it all positioned and marked, we already kind of started that process up there. Basically, once this is ready with the fiberglass rod inserted, we'll do a test fit, and by holding it up here, this is where it's gonna go. What you'll be looking for is to make sure the bottom edge is just off the ground so that it's not dragging.
Yep.
We placed some masking tape up on the upper corners here.
Yeah.
And we marked where that point is.
Yep.
So that's how far off the ground we want it. So with
this,
those marks,
yeah, it looks really good.
With those marks, we will get this track installed. You'll need a Phillips driver, and we'll include these screws.
All right.
And so we'll get that. Hopefully I can do this with
I can hold it once you want the center of the line right there in the middle of the rod. Okay.
We want that centered, and then
I got mine right here in the middle there.
Okay. So because of this surface, because of the 3 different panels up here, we want to install the first screw on this panel here. This middle panel is a little sunken. Yep. And so it will kind of warp.
Exactly.
The
I've got it.
Of it, so.
I think I've got it right there in the middle there. So I'm good on. Now, side to side, is that on the edge of the tape? Is that where you want it at over there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
all right.
That's pretty much. Actually, I'm gonna bump it over to you a little bit there, where you have it marked. There we go. All right. So with that, I will put the first screw here. Make sure to not
overdo it. Yeah.
Overdo it.
Yeah, because you can strip it out.
Plastic.
Yeah. It'd be easy to do
Probably
too.
Soft plastic.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the first one in. The next one and the following ones will be much easier. Just make sure
it's all
everything
level.
Is still level and aligned.
Does that look? Yeah.
Screw number 4, and we'll probably put a couple in the middle there.
Yep.
And then we'll be done. At least with the rails.
Yeah.
Straight.
That's good. And put 2 in there. Yeah.
2, yeah. that can happen.
Yep.
Start that again. Make sure it's straight.
Go.
And then one more. All right, so we got our keter track installed, and then from one end we'll slide the top edge of this partition
right in there.
into
Yep.
the track. Just feed it all the way through,
It's so easy.
and you're almost there. Finishing steps involve installing the snap screws
Yep.
that go along both
Yep.
the left and the right edges.
Yep. You just want to get it evenly spaced, I guess.
Yep. You probably remove the masking tape as well. There's a little bit left up there. We'll get it out.
I can get that out with a little bit of a knife or something.
Get that out later. All right. So with the snap screws,
So are you following this contour right here exactly, or how does
we are. Yep.
Okay.
We are
That
going
should
to
be-
follow that contour.
All right.
The snap screws will go into, well, there's the first one's up here.
Yep.
And then the next one's just on this little.
Yeah, slope right there.
Right
Yeah. Okay.
And then, so we'll kind of go top down because this one, it holds it in,
Yeah.
This way?
But back that. Yeah.
and then
I
it
get
kind of
that.
changes the position of this one a little
Okay.
bit. So yeah, we'll go top down, and then
Mm-hmm.
it covers the contour of this.
Yep.
One trick I have is to get the snap screw perfectly aligned with the surface that you're screwing this to correspond to the snap button. I put chalk on here.
Oh, to leave an
I just-
indention.
Yeah, I just leave kind of chalk that up. Lipstick, if you have any,
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
another idea, or anything else that could transfer over.
Uh-huh.
So you put it on here, and then just
Good idea.
once everything is
Yeah.
aligned, you push it against the surface, and then you'll see
Okay.
the circle that you made. So we'll check to make sure everything is centered and where we want it to be. Things looking good. So we'll start installing the snap screws on the top here.
Okay.
So chalk that.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Use this bit here. And then with the snap screw, you want to make sure it's just
Squared in there. Yeah.
squared in there. Find the center of that circle you marked. Still not centered. There we go. And similar to the other screws, make sure you don't over screw this
Yeah.
in there.
Just gotta be
It
careful
is
about it. Yeah.
plastic. Yep. So there's the first
Oh
one.
yeah. That's solid.
And then we got the rest to go.
Okay. You typically do one side at a time, or how do you typically? What's your best tip for that?
Yeah, I like to do one side at a time so that once this side is done,
You can pull it a little bit taut. Yeah.
It's nice.
Because you want it not tight, but you want it firm, I guess, in terms of tightness on the whole string.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want it, you know,
bunching up. Yeah.
bunched up or anything. And yeah.
Okay.
This guy. Again, this one is kind of tricky because it goes
On that slope.
on that little slope here. So make sure everything's nice and tight. And that one's not the best impression.
Yeah, I can still
right
see
there,
it
so,
from here though. Okay.
but it's just chalk. Lipstick probably does work better.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep, I got that one.
Much better. Center that on there. Got that guy. And we'll work our way down.
And you're literally following this same line right here, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean that's
the goal.
That's the goal. We made sure it covers this line, but still follows it. So really, you're making sure that the material.
If you can't put that where you want it, I want to pull this over here and I'm going to just kind of make sure that. Oh yeah, so that's going to be good.
Yeah. So this one
Depends on how tight you get it, but yeah, you've got plenty of a little bit of overlap here, not too much.
Yeah.
I want to make sure we didn't screw into this.
Right,
That we were screwing in the plastic here.
Yep. Yeah, we made sure it's not too wide.
Okay. And the screws just stop right here?
Yeah, yeah.
There's none down there, is there?
There's none down here since the seat cushion is in the way.
Yeah.
And so this corner.
Yeah, that'd be
kind of
easy to
folds
do.
into that.
Okay.
So, and when you undo it, when you want to swivel the seats around and raise this panel, you don't have to like dig down there for a snap.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Two more on this side. One more. All right.
Yeah, that's really nice. And these have all these pockets that we've not even talked about yet.
Oh, yeah,
One,
we added to both sides.
1, 2, 3.
I got a little surprise
4.
for you up front.
Okay. Yeah, these are great for just anything. Maps, dog leashes, dog poop bags, lighter stuff. You wouldn't want to put anything heavy in here probably, but and you can still raise this up and leave this intact if you wanted to. I'm going to really experiment with this a lot, just in different configurations to really see how I could use this.
So I'm a little short on the snap screw, so I'm going to run and grab a few more.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, we're going to start on the other side here, and it's a little bit dark, but maybe this will come out good on camera. But yeah, go ahead and have at it there.
Okay. Start with the upper snap here.
Yeah, this is super simple.
So I had this thing in the way.
Yeah.
Re-chalk that.
Okay.
That strap is to keep the panel up when we roll it up later.
I see.
Keeps getting in the way though.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try that one more time.
And this color is sandstone, you said.
This is sandstone, yes.
Yeah.
You got too much chalk on there.
The lipstick would be good, I think.
Okay, so
I think
off to a bad start.
just wrap this thing around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that always out of the way. Or I can hold it for a second.
Good thing about chalk is it's just
Yep,
goes right
easily removable.
Okay.
There you go.
Is that
No?
not? Sorry, that's...
I did have a little hanger there before. It may be getting into that adhesive that was on there. Maybe it's not.
Oh, is
why
that
it's-
what's going on?
Maybe that's about where I had a little hanger before.
Well, chalk it real good and try to just get on there.
That'll work.
That
Yep.
that. Okay. Looking over there. Got enough of a mark here. So redo that one.
I like how tight this is looking. This is going to help my keeping heat in and, you know, cooling a whole lot better. And that's it.
That's it. You got
This is the real magic.
access to TV.
Yep.
You can kind of get it in a way where it still covers this area.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how did you get that to stay up there like that?
There's a rod.
Oh, that's right. It goes the
rod
rigid rod in the back. Yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of just rests at the corners here.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That wasn't really meant for that.
Yeah, but it kind of it's a
but
good
it kinda-
byproduct though. Yeah.
It kind of does it. What you can also do is roll it up and store it as there's a strap here. You can store it this way.
Okay.
Or it should just stay here.
Just let it flip over. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can let it flip over
Yeah.
if you want. But yeah, for the watching TV mode.
Yeah.
And to keep the whole area mostly insulated mode, then you can kind of manipulate this thing around here to act really much like the original curtain.
Yep.
That came with the
Came with the
yeah.
yeah.
So
That's actually pretty good. That's not a whole lot of airflow coming to that little gap right there.
probably get it better too. So that's one mode. The most common mode will probably be this one where you just roll it up and keep it up there
for access.
You'll probably roll it a lot tighter than that too.
I can see myself doing it just like that.
Yeah, so this will be the most common mode. Driving from one destination to another. And between
I'm going to
trips.
totally do this whenever I'm driving cross country, because the way I typically do, I'll pull into a Love's truck stop or a Cracker Barrel and jump out of there. I'll pull that and just, can you pull that? Let me see how fast it does. Done. In your stealth mode.
Yep.
You are totally ready to go to bed. And that I just love that fact. Yeah, that's going to be great.
I'll show you a cool feature up front too when this is up. So for those who have front window curtains, or one front window shades,
Yep.
let's put it up here. So this is the windshield shade. Nobody wants to store this somewhere.
Yeah.
So there are these pockets up front.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big pockets.
Big pockets. Where you stick that in there.
There you go.
One on either side.
Yeah. So that's the
we
front
can
window.
do-
Okay, and
So
then
that
the
was
two
the
smaller
windshield.
ones.
That
Yeah,
was the windshield, and then the front doors can go
Yep.
onto this side.
Okay.
With your seats kind of in a normal position, those stay out of the way, and you don't have to find a space to store.
Yeah.
I know you have.
Yeah, I've got
special
this
compartment
little
back there.
compartment that I've got for that, but it works fine.
Now you can use that for something else.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is that, obviously you can't roll it up when they're in there.
Yeah.
But when you roll it up, you probably have your seat swiveled.
Yep.
And you want your front windows
Exactly.
covered.
Yep.
So
And that way
you
they're
bring
easily.
those out
And you know
they're
what?
empty.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
And then let's roll everything up. Well, so we remove, assuming these things are
Deployed.
mounted.
Yeah, on the windows. Yeah.
You fold it on this fold line here.
Okay.
You don't need to fold it. There's plenty of space on the
Yeah.
Echoes.
But you could if you wanted to, I guess.
Or
would you
it would
recommend that?
make a much thicker roll.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably don't need to. For some of the other vans, we have that so that you can fold it
Okay.
and get it more compact.
Those are called flintlock.
Fid lock.
Fidlock.
Yeah. So that's
Yep.
that, and then we'll do this side as well. Just bring these guys out. I made these pockets kind of small so that you don't fill them up with a whole
Yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of
I can
stuff,
see you
and
could
then-
be tempted to overload them, but that's going to keep it that down.
So that's
Oh, yes.
pretty much out of the way.
I love this.
And ready to deploy whenever.
Yep, and
You
that
don't
does
lose
not.
any-
I'm
you
6
don't
foot.
lose much headroom.
No, I'm
I
6
could've
foot
rolled this a
tall.
lot tighter. Too, if I
Yeah,
wanted to.
yeah, but I am literally standing underneath this, and I'm barely hitting it standing full tall. So if you just duck your head 2 inches, you can get underneath this and then crawl. You know, which you're already ducking to get underneath the TV anyway. So this is not a big deal at all. That is really going to help. In extreme conditions, Simon, do you think that it would be advantageous to deploy, you know, say you're in real hot climates or something, to deploy your window shades as well as this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this is going to be your major, your most windows in the Ekko.
Yeah,
that
that's where
wouldn't
most of
hurt,
that
would it?
temperature's
I
gonna
mean,
come through.
Yeah.
And so if you deploy your insulated window shades first,
Mhm.
that will keep a lot of that out.
Yep.
But then this
Helps reinforce
separates
that. Yeah,
that
and also
space.
it gives. You're not cooling. You're not putting your energy, your cooling or heating in this area, which is not a
Exactly.
huge area, but it is a significant amount of cubic square feet that you're not having to put cooling or heating in. You're just cooling from the partition blind backwards.
Yep. That works in reverse as well. So say you're driving in really hot
Exactly.
conditions or cold
Yep.
conditions, the little HVAC system in your van is only strong enough to really
Yeah, power just this.
yeah, that area and not get wasted back here.
Good point.
And so when you drop all these curtains on a really hot day,
Yeah, like I was driving through Phoenix a week ago or so, and it was 109, and my AC was really struggling keeping me cool because
it had to keep the
of
whole
all the
entire space
all
cool.
of this space.
Right.
So that would have been really handy to have back then. Is there any other tricks or care, maintenance, anything you can talk about that? I mean, I guess soap and water will clean up any dirt or whatever on it.
Yeah, we chose materials that don't stick to dog hairs or anything. So,
Yeah.
you really there's not much to worry about. If you do get a mark on there, just clean it like any rain jacket or backpack.
Yeah, just a little,
damp
hand
cloth with
wash.
a little mild
Yeah,
soap or something.
I got it.
So yeah, pretty easy to clean.
Okay.
Just like the window shades.
Yeah,
It's the same-
and I
it's the
love
same
these.
material.
I've had these since, when did we do this, January? I
Yeah,
think something
sometime
like
in the
that.
winter.
It was in the middle of the winter, and I can tell you these things are awesome. They're just you have to feel to really appreciate the quality, and when you get yours, you'll understand why these are the best, I think, in the market right now.